Happy Friday, Marshall County. This is going to be May's staffing. We will get started with May birthdays. We had a whole string of birthdays in like a 5-day period. That would be my birthday, Courtney Palmer, Clinton Hummer, Kathy Schwenk, Linda Klecka, and Brittany Horvath. And then later this month, Allie Rance. We have a new hire coming in, a BHSP, named Danielle Cervantes, June 10th. No leaves or returns to talk about, and position changes. Amanda Potter is now an LCSW, and Kelsey Kring is moving to an SC2. Congratulations to both of you and all your hard work. We didn't get shout outs emailed out to ask everybody for them, so I'm just going to give a couple shout outs. One to Steve Barber for the activity he did with us in April's staffing. I thought that was great, and I heard a lot of good feedback, and I enjoyed seeing everything posted downstairs and having the opportunity to write on other people's boards why they were down there. So thank you, Steve, for being creative and thoughtful in giving us an activity that we can keep and look back on when we want to. And then Jeremy DeGia for doing our lunch and learn this last Wednesday on integrative care. Very much appreciated. And also, somebody's been leaving notes around the buildings, little Post-its everywhere, and they're very encouraging and nice, and whoever this person is, thank you and keep it going. And anybody else can join in, leaving nice little notes. So, leadership changes, I did email already about Andrew Dreibelbus. He is our new DCS SM, and he started this week, so we have both him and Katie this week. So she's been training him, and Katie's last day is today, so that's sad, and we're gonna miss you, Katie. I'm sure we'll see you again. So Andrew next week we'll still be getting some training from the assistant director of the program and the director, and probably some other DCS SMs that have been doing the job for a while, but he's on his own next week. So Rebecca Logan will be our new office manager. We had several really great interviews, and Rebecca stuck out to be our office manager due to the fact that she's been here 4 years. She's got some experience to bring to our team in the world of insurances and everything that she's been doing at corporate. And she also has had opportunities to be in management positions at corporate, filling in as interim for maternity leaves and things like that. So we're very excited to have Rebecca join us. And I believe she will fully join us by the 28th of this month. But she still may have a couple days here and there where she's got to get somebody trained in the things she's doing with corporate before she can fully be done there. So Amber Huntsberger will stay on to continue to work with her and train her and mentor her. So congratulations to both of you, and we're excited to have you join the team. The med clinic, so Janet Robinson is the nurse practitioner I talked about last month. She did start on the 13th, and she is shadowing our Bowen NPs and MDs this week and next week. And she will start her clinic then on May 28th. So she will be here Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for 10 hours. So I believe she's doing 8 to 6, both of those, or all 3 of those days. And her schedule is currently being built. So I would say at some point next week, you should be able to refer clients to start seeing her for med checks if there's a change in practitioner that they're asking for, or if you have a client who just needs in for a psychiatric evaluation, she's gonna have availability. So note timeliness, just a reminder that did start this week, and that notes should be at 80%, and your supervisors will be running those. Also, a reminder with time cards and mileage, our department that gets the mileage and time cards, they have 1,300, especially with time cards, that they have to process to get your money to your bank account by payday on Friday. And so if we're asking you guys to make sure you're doing your job, and if you can get your time card in on Friday, that's what we would like you to do. I know some of you do work over the weekend, and you can't get it done on that Friday, but we are asking everyone to please try to get them done on Friday. So that way when the supervisors come in Monday morning, they can immediately sit down and just go through those and get them done. Please, every time you're entering your time card, carefully look at, do you have your PTO in? If you're using PTO, did you enter your trainings? Also, if you're going to be short hours, if you're someone who's set it at 40 hours a week, but you're at 37 that week, you need to make sure you let your supervisor know why, so they're not adding PTO to you. And if you are short hours that week for whatever reason, then they just need to let payroll know and they'll take care of it. So please make sure to get time cards, and same with mileage. Make sure that you are looking that over before you're submitting things. There was recently a submission for $300,000 for a trip. So I'm guessing there was like an accident with a zip code or something. So just make sure you're trying to be as accurate as possible, and just give it a couple extra seconds to look over what you're doing before you submit. Clinical incentive is being paid out next pay period, so on the 31st in 2 weeks. So some of the statistics on that, it's over $200,000 throughout the center that will be paid out in the clinical incentive. 60% of throughout the Bowen Center of skills coaches and skills techs will be getting a bonus. 95% of BHSPs qualify for a bonus, and 96% of therapists qualify for a clinical bonus. And then to add to the paycheck on the 31st, it's the third Friday in the month, so there's no benefits taken out. So that's always a fun paycheck. All right, so on to our Mental Health Awareness Month. We've already gone through our 2 lunch and learns, and they've both been great. We had Pam Schwartz lined up for this upcoming Thursday to do psychiatric medication education, and she had something come up, and she's not gonna be able to do it, but, and using my DBT skills, we have replaced it already. So May 23rd at noon, at Assembly Hall, we will have a replacement with the AMC story. So this is a story of a client that actually some of you might have worked with, I think it was about 7 years ago, and her success story through our services. So that will be our lunch and learn presentation. If you are interested, make sure Courtney knows so she can have you signed up and order enough food. And everyone will get 1 training hour credit who attends. So for the cookout, we finally decided, again, the date was never gonna change. It's been May 30th for 2 months or whatever. It's still 12:30 to 3:30. The location is going to be the Culver Beach Lodge. If you don't know where that's at, email me. I'll send it to you. I'm gonna guess most people around here know where it's at. So everyone's gonna receive, who attend is gonna receive 4 hours of training credit. Our offices will be closed from 12 to 4 that day. They're gonna reopen then, because we're still gonna have groups, and if people wanna see clients after that, then they can. And we'll close at our normal times on a Thursday. We're gonna have food. If you are someone who has a preference for a vegetarian meal, please email me and email Courtney so we know how much to get. But there'll be a full meal and drinks and desserts. We also are renting kayaks and paddle boards. There's gonna be sand volleyball. There's walking trails. If you wanna bring fishing gear, there's a fishing pier. Bring your fishing license, because you don't wanna get caught without it. And we're gonna bring some other yard games. And also there may be live entertainment there. Actually, I have live entertainment lined up, but then I realized today I probably need to make sure we don't need like a permit or something there. So I have a band lined up, a very unique band. In regards to the volleyball, we thought it might be fun to do a volleyball tournament, like a 5-on-5. So if you're interested in having a volleyball tournament, then you can find your team of 5 and email that to Courtney, or you can just email Courtney and say I'm interested, and she can pull together people that want to join a team, and we'll see if we can get it going. It'd be nice to have, I don't know, 4 to 6 teams so we can play for a while. Bowen Leadership Development, So this is the training, or the development program that we've had for almost 2 years now. It's going to go into its fifth round. And right now is open enrollment, and they're taking applications. So from now till May 31st, the email came out from Mary Gerard. If you are interested, you do an essay and submit that, and then it's reviewed among a panel of Bowen Center staff, and it's a blind interview, so they don't have your name or anything attached to it. And that's how people get in. If you have questions about Bowen Leadership Development, you can ask me. I was a mentor in the first round. Holly Hershey-Hurd has gone through it. Jeremy has gone through it. Erica Haig's gone through it, and Zach's going through it right now. So all good people to ask questions if you have any. Next Gen update. So they are almost done with the beta testing, and they are getting ready to start identifying super users in each of the locations. I guess I shouldn't say each, because the rollout, we are the first big county that's going to roll out with Next Gen, and there's going to be a couple small counties with us. Our super user is going to be Thomas Kennard. He expressed interest a while ago, but he also did share with me he might be on vacation, and he has to be there for any of the trainings. I don't have the training dates yet, so I'm just putting it out there. If somebody else might be interested, let me know as a backup. But right now it's Thomas. And I'll explain more as we get closer on how that super user is going to work. I want to put out there that every Friday, it started today, in Fort Wayne, there is a walk-in med clinic. So clients that are in an emergency or crisis, or just got out of inpatient, there's no need to call or anything. It's just you go. You can't make appointments. It's a walk-in clinic. So it's another resource. I know it's all the way in Fort Wayne, but I still think it's a good resource to keep in mind when you have clients in that kind of situation. Substance use evaluations are moving to full fee starting June 1st. So they used to be free. A couple years ago, they went to $50, but really the SU evaluation is the exact same intake that we do, that we charge full fee for. Plus extra work. So it doesn't make sense to not make that the same fee as what we charge for an intake, a mental health intake. So that change is happening June 1st. Infection control. So I finally have a list of like what's considered that. So I'm going to rattle through it really quick. If you have a fever 104 or greater, pink eye, strep throat, bronchitis, pneumonia, influenza, stomach flu, lice, bedbugs, scabies, MRSA, shingles. What does that mean? If you as the employee have these, you need to let your supervisor know. There's a form that I'd never seen before. Oh, is that upside down? Oop, that's the right way. So this is the infection control reporting form. So we're supposed to be filling this out if our staff are if we have infections in our office, so that way they can be tracked. So the tracking is to make sure it's not getting out of hand to spread. So if you're a staff with one of these problems, please contact your supervisor, and then they have, with each infection, how to then manage how long you should be off for, when you can come back, that kind of thing, if we need a doctor's note. If your clients have these things, do your best to work with them and not get their infection. Washing your hands. We can't refuse clients. We can't refuse to see a client because they have lice. Take all the precautions you need. Ask your supervisor. But this form also needs to be filled out if we have clients who are presenting with infection. If you have questions, reach out to your supervisor about this. And then last thing, just upcoming events. Next week is the therapist team building day. That is on May 21st, which is Tuesday, and that's from 10 to 1, Assembly Hall. And then the GAP refresher / SCST development day is the next day, May 22nd, Wednesday, and that is from 10 to 2. And then the last thing is Bowen All Staff Picnic Tin Caps game. Again, August 4th. I might bring Courtney in on the next video to give you guys more information. She's our go-to person, or the committee person on the Tin Caps game, and she can give you more information then. So, all right,